Making more money in your business this year by getting the right clients to pay you more and need you less. It's not going to require for you to get another certification. It's not going to require for you to get better testimonials or for you to add more deliverables in your offer. Bottom line, it's not going to require for you to add more to your already full plate. What it is going to require is boundaries. And today I'm going to share 5 boring boundaries that are going to help you make more and work less. Before we dive into these 5 boring boundaries, let's recap what boundaries are. Boundaries are not rejection. Boundaries are protection and direction of your time, energy, and attention. I think that's worth saying again, because it's not about what you're saying or doing to anyone. It's more about what you're giving to yourself to protect your time, your attention, and your energy so that you direct it in the direction that you desire to direct it. Because boundaries are more about what you're saying yes to and less about what you're saying no to. It's all about protection and direction. The first boring boundary is you deciding your desire. Deciding your desire. Like, what do you desire to make this week, this month, this year, this quarter? It's about you deciding what you desire outcomes to be. It's also like, who do I desire to help and how do I desire to help them? And you getting clarity so that you have a boundary on your focus. Scattered focus leads to scattered results. And I don't know about you. Have you ever had so many goals because your ambition is high, but you really didn't focus? You're just focused on too many things. Because I know I have. I mean, I can remember, I'm going back, but I can remember even more recently, but I'm going back I remember there was a time, over 30 years ago, I literally thought I could run a marathon, pass a CPA exam while working a full-time accounting job and having a part-time job at Banana Republic. So what happened? I sprained my ankle. I didn't pass the CPA exam. I did finish running the marathon, but then I had to get serious and I had to decide my desire, which was to pass the CPA exam. And that made a lot of things different, right? Because I had to protect and direct my focus. So decide your desire. It's more about what you're saying yes to before you say no to everything else. This is about you describing your destination. This is around a boundary of vision. And I'm getting excited about this because this is where you describe your KPIs. What are your, key performance indicators? Like, what does success look like for you? Because we know success is in the journey. What will it look like and feel like for you when you are successful based on your definition of success, not anyone else's? And this is about you getting really clear. It's describing it for a few reasons, right? Not only protecting your vision, but it's going to help you see where you're making progress. And I don't know about you, but I need this because sometimes I'm so focused on the big, the big goal, the big desired outcome that I lose sight of the progress and I can find myself unknowingly being discouraged when it's like, have you looked at where you've come from? In fact, this recently happened, had major abdominal surgery last year, but my recovery didn't start till March. And I'm working with this amazing pelvic floor physical therapist. And honestly, when I arrived, it was like, I need to be able to walk without pain-free. I need to be able to not lay down in the eucalyptus sauna at Peninsula Chicago and be like, oh my God, I don't know if I can get up. And so we're making progress, right? Like, I'm like, oh my God, I don't have, like back pain and I'm able to do this and I'm able to do this. Rapid progress. But because once I started making this rapid progress, I started focusing like on the bigger goal, right? Like, I want to get back to my Pilates and I want to get back down to the size where a majority of my clothes are. I started to lose, I didn't start to like enjoy the success, and I started to be a little hard on myself. And then my pelvic floor physical therapist helped me get back on track and remember like see what you've done. And I had to go back and be like, oh my gosh, what I described what success looked like for me. And I'm making progress, right? So let's say you're describing your destination is enrolling premium level clients. Some of your KPIs may be like, how many offers did I make? How many sales calls did I have, right? How well did I present my offer? How well did I include the objections in the offer? Not just how many yeses I got. All of the things, like how confident did I feel? How clear was I? The payoff of my offer? How detached was I to the result? This focus, again, this boundary on your vision is key. Why? Because it's going to help you focus on what's working. It's going to protect your attention, your intention, your energy, and your time as you move forward in making more and working less. Okay, boundary number 3, determine your dream team. These are in order. What do we say? First, you decide, which we know means to cut off all other options. Decide your desire. Then you're going to describe your destination. Like, what does your heaven look like? What's the road to your heaven? Your heaven is your desired outcomes. Now you are going to determine your dream team. Why is that? Because the Bible says 1 can chase 1,000 and 2 can chase 10,000. Doing it alone is the hard way. Stop thinking you can do everything yourself. You got to find your who's instead of thinking, how can this be done? So start determining who do you need on your dream team to get you to your desired outcome. And that's going to help you know what only you can focus on to get to your desired outcome. What is the thing that only you can do? Everything else can be delegated, automated, or eliminated. Boundary number 4. We've gone from decide your desire, then you described your destination, you determined your dream team, and now this is about divorcing your distractions. This is all about a boundary around your attention and intention. I'm going to slow this down for you and I, because I believe this can be one of the most challenging areas. This is like, okay, what are the people, the habits, the behaviors, the opportunities, the thought patterns, the beliefs that I need to say no to so I can say yes to my desired outcome. But I want you to imagine things are not neutral, like opportunities, behaviors, thought patterns are not neutral. They're either pulling you up to your desired outcome or pulling you down. They're not neutral. They're doing one or the other. And this is about you being honest with yourself if you're serious about your desired outcome. And you got to divorce yourself from them. This is not optional. This is a requirement. And we talked about that boundaries are not about rejection. It's about protection and direction. But here's the thing about boundaries is that we don't just set the boundary, right? You're not just going to set the boundary. It's the enforcement of the boundary. That's where the muscle has to be developed, right? That's where you have to say no to more for your one yes. And I love how my coach and mentor, Myron Golden, says it. You got to starve your distractions and feed your intentions. I'm like, I got a divorce. I need to divorce this distraction. We got to make it official. That's the fourth boundary. Again, it's a boundary around your attention and intention. If you're a high-level woman entrepreneur who loves your business, but you're not getting paid as much as you'd like to, I have a gift for you. It is the 7 biggest pricing mistakes women entrepreneurs make that keep them from raising their fees. And I created it because I'm sick and tired of seeing women entrepreneurs undercharge for their exceptional, transformative services. So you'll discover why you're not attracting people who see the value in your offers. You're going to learn how you can get people to pay you more and resist you less. And you're going to discover how you can earn more, enjoy more, and work less. It's my gift from me to you. So just click on the link in the pinned comments or on the QR code on your screen and get instant access today. So you have decided your desire. You have described your destination. You've determined your dream team. You've divorced your distraction. And now it's time for the 5th boundary, and it's for you to do your duty. What? Yeah. This is all about you doing your part. It's about taking action or inaction and doing what needs to be done so you can get what you desire to have. It's about recognizing this also, right? That the Bible tells us one plants, another waters, but God creates the increase. And what is my part? What's the water, the planting and the watering I have to do? I got to do my part because God's not going to do my part and I can't do his part. And what happens when you're at this boundary, we're at this boundary, it should be the clarity because you've laid the first 4 primary boring boundaries down. So it's about doing your part. And I think about Joshua 1, right? And God was very clear. We see in chapter 1, right? God said, don't look to your left, don't look to your right, just meditate on the word and you will be successful. And then gave Joshua clear duties to do, right? And the order in which to do them before, they crossed over in Jericho. It was like, this is what you need to do. Like, don't look to your left, don't look to your right, meditate on your word, and you will be successful. So those are the 5 boring boundaries that will double your income. And again, I want to really emphasize there's so much freedom with boundaries because they're what we do for ourselves more than what we do to others. I know there's a lot of emphasis on like the right way to communicate a boundary, but we first need to get clarity on what the boundary is. And once you're clear on your yes, then it's so much easier to know what you have to say no to. Listen, I would love to hear below which of the 5 boundaries you struggle with the most. I can tell you right now, for me, but I'm developing. For me, it's divorcing distraction. And I'd love to hear from you. And it's interesting because there's a distraction that I've been on the fence with, and I know I'm on the fence with, but I'm getting so close. Like I got the contract, the divorce contract. I'm ready to sign it because for me, I'm sick and tired of lying to myself. The Bible says, let your yes be your yes and your no be your no. And it's about being trustworthy and it's about being integral and it's about having boundaries with yourself. And so I don't know where you are, but I'm working on strengthening my divorce, my distraction boundaries. And I want to hear below from you so we can continue the conversation. Which of these 5 boring boundaries are you working on, actively working on, committed to doing? Share below. Okay, until next time, take care. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos. Then click the TV to watch the next video. Make sure to go to altheamcintyre.com and get instant access to the 7 biggest pricing mistakes women entrepreneurs make that keep them from raising their fees.